Yo, what's going on, guys? Back at it again with another video, development log number 6. Can't believe I'm already on number 6. A whole lot of progress has changed since number 1, basically. And then I'm excited to see, basically, how the game is, turning out. So, basically, a couple things that I'm going to be going over during this development log. We got a lot of them. But I'm going to sum them up into a couple categories. So, first of all, we got a new feature. We've been planning about it, though, and it's been on the list, and, got around to it, which is good. Got some new UI touch-up. Let's see what else. Hold on. A lot of quality of life changes. And, yeah. So, let me just get right into it. So, we go through the same route again, right? On this world map, we have we have a good vision on what we want in order to change it. So, first of all, first quality of life change is, as you can see, we got armor icons in the game. So, an armor is working. Armor is actually very important because based upon your armor layout, it will affect your attributes in either a positive or a negative way. So you have a 2-piece set, you have a 4-piece set, and you will have a 6-piece set, I believe. That is my partner's intention. But right now, the armor scales the attributes correctly. So yeah, that's good there. Yeah, I think that's that. Another thing too, while this loads, is we got a lot of UI changes. So giving the game obviously a better facelift. One feature that I will talk about is we got a minimap. So your boy put in the minimap, and some nicer buttons. As you can see here, I had to put these buttons in because of the UI changes. So let me talk about the minimap first. So basically, as you can see here, is what the heck? Oh, there we go. Is the minimap looks really good. Good comparison for the main map, right? So how the minimap actually works is, first of all, the minimap was a little bit more straightforward to build than if you were to build a minimap from scratch. Because technically I do a lot of the hard work assembling the map from my world generation system, so I just tied into different aspects of the pipeline. If I go into my PCG system here, we can see how where's my render targets? You can see how I already output a lot of this information of this finalized texture into different render targets, right? So technically, what I just said is the other way around. These render targets all contribute to this PCG map, as I've explained in the PCG devlog, but I would just go over it for right now. Just a little quick, where's my materials? Just a little quick, little thing. So basically, at the end of the day, I have different aspects and different pipelines that I assemble, and I'm combining them all here into a custom node, which basically slices everything together like a sandwich, and outputs that as the landscape space color. So at the end of the day, basically what I just did is, instead of assembling this mini map in this landscape shader, which is a no-no, I added in another shader that basically does the exact same thing. So you can see rights to world min, world max, all of this stuff, and all of these right here, and it does the same thing as the other shader. So that way we put this logic into a smaller material that will be more performance advantageous. But at the end of the day, I'm assembling the mini map based upon the already assembled data from the main map. And the cool thing is, what it comes with automatically is the right world space to texture space conversions. So that way, you know, when I add something to the mini map, you know, it adds it. I mean, when I add something in the world, I have interface functions to actually plop that position and to map it to the texture position. And I do the exact same thing for the mini map. It's the exact same thing. And you can see, you know, how it's updating everything. So I am updating this, obviously, the player's location constantly. But drawing the mini map, I just draw this once, and then I just update the icons. So each and how I do this is I have a mini map marker component that I put on everything that I want to be utilized. So, and another cool thing about the mini map is during harder levels we will have the option to reveal points of the mini map. So this reveal effect is just a simple image that I laid on top of this. So it's 2 images for this minimap. And the second image is getting drawn to constantly. That's why it's updating as the brush. But so how I have the minimap is minimap, bing, bong. It's really simple at the end of the day. But everything's in C++ and I have native events. But as you can see, I have this image, I have this reveal image, and then I have this canvas where I put all of the POIs and all of the markers. So the intention with the markers is if I go to the power-ups and, you know, go to the pickups, right? Each pickup has this marker component, as you can see. And basically, what we do is we assign the marker tag for this specific pickup. And what that allows us to do, well, by default, all of the pickups, they get a regular generic pickup tag or power-up pickup tag, whatever you want to call it. And now it's in data. And basically, what we do here is how we want that to look. Everything is in one authoring data table to keep everything nice and simple. So by default, since I am putting all of these components on base classes, there may be some either POIs or pickups or some whatever that I don't want to be shown. So like, for example, rocks. I don't want to show rocks in the POI map. Nothing really special. And power-ups in general. I mean, all the power-ups right now, they just get this tag. But if I wanted to go into the specific power-ups, I can give them icons and stuff like that. So, you know, I give the player an icon here, and then you can change the size and then the priority, so that way they either overlap. One shows on top of the other, etc. But yeah, that's how all of this stuff is corrected. You put the tag on the minimap marker component, and then you basically define the tag here. It's a lot better, so that way we have everything in one place instead of having to jump back and forth. So that's that. And the minimap only gets generated once at world load. So if I, you know, go into here, this minimap won't get generated because I didn't go through the I didn't load the map from the normal standard pipeline. Another thing is, I don't think I talked about this, but we do have interactables. So we have the option to basically interact with certain things, which is good. which is nice. And this will basically link to a system that we will develop in the future, like a puzzle system, which is pretty nice. And that is a one-shot objective event. And as you can see, this is spawning objectives, which is good. So this is my debug stuff that I have. This is just simply one of the objectives, like hold the line. So also what we have as well is, first of all, we got a pause menu. So the pause menu will consist of a couple different things. Obviously, pause, resume, all that fancy stuff. We have this codex, which is basically, you know, like an encyclopedia book, which is going to be really nice, that you can shift through. You can learn about the enemies and etc. I fleshed out the settings menu. Just give it a quick base pass. You know, we can change our field of view, all of that other stuff. So if I change this to like 107, right? I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? You know? Revert that. And we got audio, right? No explanation here. Video, basic controls, and then keybinds as well. These work. So, you know, if I were to change this class ability from Q, so you see how this says Q here, right? If I were to change that and put it for like J or something, right? Now we got J, and then boom. So yeah, those keybinds are all set to go. I have conflicts as well, so if I say, hey, look, you know, I want this to be that, I can swap the bindings, so J and F, or if I, you know, want to restore everything to the defaults, then that's that as well, and everything works accordingly, so, which is good. So that's that. Did some stuff with the HUD, make it format it better. So I only just messed with the HUD overlay. I'm gonna take this here, but you know, we got armor. Armor works, and you know, I believe I showed this during the other development log video, but obviously our ability selection for our passives are much more informative. So you got some trade-offs here, but you can see the increase. But yeah, for Assassin's Poise, you know, if I go to here, you know, I could see 85 to 90 or something like that, 90 to this. So it does it automatically. So a lot of UI changes there. Let me see what else, basically. I think that's basically it. Oh, one little thing is with the armor icons. I'm gonna forward this, tab. So we have different armor sets at the end of the day, right? So, clear my stash. So we have gravimetric harness. Gonna clear the stash, and I'm gonna list the sets. So we have 5 sets that the player will be able to basically choose from. So here's what they are. So we have Citadel Protocol, Ages, right? Gravimetric harness, charged core, and seismic plating. So you know, if I grant myself let's see here, charged core, right? So that here's basically a set contains of 7 different items, and what they look like is, I forget by charged core. I forget where I have it at. Yeah, okay, found it. And then so here's our different types of armor sets, right? So whoopsie, and then inside of the gear icons. So here's our different sets. So Aegis, and then Charged Core, Citadel Protocol, Gravimetric Harness, which this seems to be, I like this set the best. And then Seismic Plating, which is going to be really dope. But yeah, so that's number 6. Devlog number 6, baby. Hope you guys enjoyed this devlog. Tried to keep it as straightforward as possible. And yeah, so Minimap, a lot of UI changes. My partner did some armor rework stuff and a lot of cool stuff that, you know, gonna look forward to when he wants to showcase it. Yeah, so you guys have a good one. Peace.